Hello guys, this is Miss Teese again. I'm here today to walk you through your fake news assignment for activities 1 through 3. As always, we are starting here in Microsoft Teams, opening up that in a new tab. I'm going to go pick on my third period today, I guess. And as you will see, I posted a few things in here about it. First of all, I posted our YouTube channel. I've recently posted the actual assignment here. So you might see things appearing in your thread that you can just click on, or you can go up here to assignments. To make it easy, let's just view assignment right here. In your view, it should look something like this. So it's technically, well, quote unquote due tomorrow, Thursday at 11:59 p.m., just so you can have it done by Thursday and we can have some kind of a discussion board about it on Friday. But just know that the due dates here are a little bit loose and that you can still turn them in late for full credit if you were kind of confused up until now. I'll still give you a little bit of grace for that. Okay, walking you through this assignment. It's our first time starting on this module since the beginning of, since before break, since we were back together in class, on a topic that is very relevant in today's society, fake news and bias in reporting. I know that y'all have seen some fake news since we went out on this independent study, and since we haven't been together, I've been dying to talk about it with you, and I'm really excited that we finally get a chance to do so. Today, we're going to be looking at the first few introduction activities to get you into it, and looking at some coronavirus news. So let me go through the steps with y'all. First of all, it says click on the document, edit the document in the top right corner. Choose Edit in Browser to have it save changes automatically for you, and then type your answers in the boxes provided. Then turn it in when you are done. What I mean by that is the document here, it says Student Work Fake News Activities 1 through 3. So that is the document that you need to edit. This assignment calendar is just here for your reference. So if I click on it, you'll see it. And you can see that if you want to be kind of on track with us, today is 2021-22. You should have done pretty much the first 3 activities by now. Of course, if you haven't, I'm going to give you some leeway. Don't worry about it. But if you want to keep on pace with the class, here's just your general assignment calendar. But the thing that you really need for this is student work, this activities. So please click on that. Go ahead and go here to Edit Document, and then Edit in Browser to save changes automatically right here. And every change that you make, I can see it automatically as well if you do it right here in Teams in this browser. Now, if you download your own copy, you can do that too, but then you're going to have to keep clicking save every once in a while, and you might even have to upload a new document if it doesn't save it. So I think your best bet is just edit right here in the browser. Let's go through each activity, and I'll just kind of give you a quick breakdown on what I expect from each one. All right, first things first, let's go to activity 1. It says, read the following article, which has been going viral on social media and the news. This first article says, new California antibody study could point to possible herd immunity to COVID-19. Sounds great, right? Okay, well, then read this article, which presents a counter-argument to the original. And this one was posted a few days later, which says, no, you did not get COVID-19 in the fall of 2019. Now, before we even look at these 2 articles, let's look at the prompt, and so you can kind of get a feel for what you're supposed to do when you go back and read it. It says, which article do you believe is more credible and why? What specifically makes you believe one article or the other? Are there any red flags, things that make you suspicious, or green flags, things that make you trust the source that you identified? Be specific. And so literally what I expect is that you answer each question. Tell me if article number 1 or article number 2 seems more credible to you. And then what specifically makes it more credible? What things make you suspicious about the article and what things make you trust the article? And which one do you think is less credible? So let's just go here. If you hover over this, you can go Control, click, and it will open up in a new tab. Again, hit the Control button and click to open up in a new tab. And it should bring you right here to this article, which is from Monterey, California. I'm not going to read it for you, but I do just want to make sure you know how to get to it. This is what it should look like. You can even watch the video. And notice when it was published. This is from April 7th, 2020. Now, the updated article here is from Slate.com, and it was published on April 10th, 2020. So this is 3 days later after the original article had gone viral on social media and the news. The story has been picked up by multiple agencies. But this article says that, hey, there's something wrong with the first one. We want to make sure you understand. I'm not going to tell you which one you should believe. I just want you to read them carefully and think about which one you trust more. Okay? Going on to activity. Oh, actually, bada bing, bada boom, we've got some extra credit here. Here's something I want to highlight. And this is kind of a discussion piece for us. You can turn it in anytime between now and May 26th. I'll have an extra credit assignment up pretty soon about that. You can find another example of this in the news that might have been spreading on social media. It could be an article, a post, a video, anything that makes a claim that is definitely false or biased or misleading. And then find some kind of an article that fact checks it or some kind of a counter argument to the first claim, and do the same thing as activity 1, where you explain which one you think is more credible than the other, or just how you knew that the original thing was fake news. We'll go over that in a little bit more detail in a different post, but it's kind of just help us start a discussion about what can we really trust in this age of misinformation, and what can we, what kind of green flags and red flags can we look for so that we're not fooled over and over again. Okay, so basically to get extra credit, you do the same thing as this article, as this activity rather. You pick one source and then either a counter argument or a refutation or a fact checking of that source, and you explain. So follow the same format for this extra credit. All right, moving on to activity 2, exploring key concepts. For this one, you see a link right here to mediasmarts.ca. This one is, excuse me, a good website to get you a little bit of introduction to these terms. And it's going to have you watch 3 different videos, 1, 2, and 3, and then answer some questions that are at the end of each video. This one, again, you hit Control on your keyboard and then click on this link, which will open up this Media Literacy 101 website. Now, videos 1, 2, and 3 are literally just the first one here is video 1, second one here is video 2, and the third one here is video 3. And I'm not going to play all of them for you, but I do want you to see that at the end of the video, they have an assignment. So once you've watched a little, 1-minute clip, you go to this assignment, and I basically just copied and pasted that for you into a question here. For example, the first one asks you, imagine a typical day in your life and identify all the different kinds of media that are present. Once you watch the video, that will become very clear to you what they're asking you to do. Okay? So please do that for videos 1, 2, and 3, and give me a few sentences of an answer for each one. And finally, activity 3, exploring key concepts and posing inquiry questions. I know this one seems like it's a lot of questions for you to answer, but if you actually read the instructions carefully, you will notice our task is not to actually answer these questions yet, but just to think about other questions and come up with more questions. It's like you're preparing for a Socratic seminar and trying to figure out, what more do I want to know? What am I curious about? So these are some example questions to get you started, and I would like you to at least think of about 3 other questions that you have to get full credit. This is a little 5-point dinky assignment. So I think you should be able to come up with a few questions that you're curious about, or something more that you're intrigued by in this article. Okay, so going back up to the top here, notice that I don't have anything else attached besides activities 1, 2, and 3. I won't have anything more up for you guys until Monday because I want to try to give it to you in small chunks and not overwhelm you with too much at once. So all you have to turn in by this Thursday is activities 1, 2, and 3. And in a separate video, we're going to cover how to do the discussion boards. And I'd like you to think about something interesting that you learned from these first 3 these first 3 activities, and then post something that either a connection that you made or something intriguing that you learned about on that discussion board. But again, we'll go through that in the next video. For now, I hope you're staying safe and well. Hope you're well stocked on toilet paper and you have everything else that you need. Let me know if you have any further questions. Thanks, guys.